Hiya. Nick here. Oh, welcome if you're new. Welcome back if you've been here before. Let's open a portal. Call in our spirit team. Ask for clear and concise messages. I'm going to be doing a cacao read and pulling some cards, some tiles, whatever we feel like. I don't do tradition. I do whatever comes through in this portal for this message at this time. I don't feel like this is... Now, Cancer is coming through specifically in this particular read. It is a general read. However, they're asking me to talk about the new moon in Cancer on the 14th. I don't know why. Now we're sitting at... I don't even know what the date is today. I'd have to look that up. I really wouldn't have a clue what the date is today. It doesn't matter. It's a timeless read. But there's something about the new moon in Cancer. So if you're a Cancerian, this may be for you. It's not about specific astrology right now, though, as in signs, zodiac signs. It's more about the energy of something that's coming. Okay, so I'm reading from the Friends Cup. Brilliant, lovely, amazing, and special friend. Oh, okay. Maybe talking to the alphas in the group. By alpha, I mean sitting in your masculine energy. It could be male or it could be a feminine energy. You could have a bloodline sitting in your alpha energy. Dogs are specifically man's best friend. Dogs are specifically special to you. Okay. There's conversations coming in. There's a conversation. My hand's going crazy. A conversation and some money coming in. There's a win coming in. It could be a lotto win or it could be bingo, scratchy, something. It's a small win. It's not huge, but it's not tiny. It's a significant, but on the smaller scale. It's not as big as you'd like, but it's still a significant smaller win. Okay. There's a conversation happening. This is to do with family. Now, the new moon is quite specifically around family, an emotional family conversation. When I say emotional, please don't take that has to be a bad thing. Emotional could be a happy emotional family situation, a conversation, something's happening. You may be going in a joint lotto with a family member or a friend. Could be a friend. Oh, I'm actually excited about this read now because I've actually done a lotto with a Cancerian friend. Oh, wow, thank you. All right, we're winning. This particular conversation needs to happen. Okay, somebody's got... there's a new energy coming in for somebody as well. There's a new person entering your life and there's a conversation that's going to be happening. They're telling me new family member. Now, this could be a significant person in your life that is going to become like family. You could be having a new family member. They're telling me a new family member. Oh, why? Okay, I'm seeing the letter C. I'm seeing the letter Y. I'm seeing the letter H. The number 3. An E. Now, let's have a look at the cup here. Okay. Don't ask me what I was doing there. They just told me I had to follow it. Light codes may be significant for somebody. Gematria may be significant for somebody. Codes may be significant for somebody. You may be a computer whiz that works with codes. They're showing me the Neptune's trident. Where's Neptune at the moment? Is it in Aries? Or is it in Mars? I'm not sure. I haven't looked. Again, they're going purely on what's in the cup. So we have a blob. All right. They're showing me a blob monster. Now, that's out of a specific movie, but I don't know which one. Don't believe the psychic that gives you negative energy right now. They're showing me, is it out of that Total Recall movie or something? There's this big blob monster. They're telling me there's a negative energy that's giving you false information right now. They're showing me as a blob monster. Oh, why? All right, I don't understand why they're showing me this. Hang on. Let me sit with this one for 2 seconds. You know the one that's got the growth in the belly that comes out? Is that in Total Recall? There's a big blob and the psychic is actually inside the belly or something. I might be getting 2 movies mixed up here. I don't know, but they're showing me, don't listen to the blob monster, listen to the inner psychic. Okay, this might be significant of listening to your own inner voice, not the hoo-ha that's going on around, not the general consensus, not what you hear the loudest or see the biggest, but it's about listening to the little voice in the middle, inside. All right, wow. Jeez, I love the way Spirit shows me these things in my head, and I've got to try and interpret them like playing charades. I think I've got that right. They're showing me the peacock's tail. Okay, but the tail's down. It's, you know how the peacocks, they raise their feathers and they show the world. It's showing me the tail. It's a massive, beautiful tail, but it's just on the ground behind. So I'm seeing somebody that's very graceful and doesn't need to strut their stuff because they know, they're saying the word regal, they know that they know their hierarchy and they don't need to show the world. They're quite happy to just let it follow them. Okay, so whoever I'm talking to here, you don't need to strut your stuff. You don't need to be like this loud blob monster to get your point across. You're happy just to let your tail feathers, you know your worth. Whoever I'm talking to, you know your worth. You don't have to strut your stuff. Okay, why are you showing me that? They're showing me a hierarchy. They're showing me your status. And it's not it's not on display. And you're quite content with that. And Spirit's actually showing me you don't need to display. You don't need them on display. The Spirit sees everything. Okay, who am I talking to here? We have another Y, an O, an A, an I. I'm seeing a 5 and a 3 here. You've got a 4. So 3, 4, 5. Okay, step by step by step. You could be an October birthday. You could be an Aries. You could be an Aquarius. I'm not going to try and play Scrabble and make words with that. Let's get a card. Do I have anything else in the cup first? Okay, I'm going to show you that and see if you can see anything there yourself. Okay, somebody is getting into study. All right, whatever you're studying right now, you're being watched by other realms. The book that you're reading specifically, there's a book that somebody is reading, and it is definitely into a spiritual matter, a spiritual subject, because they're showing me you've got your antennas out, ready to learn, and you're being watched. So you're actually receiving downloads at the same time. Okay, thanks, Spirit. As much as you're... So if you're not reading at the moment, or if you're not studying, it's a good idea. There's a little prompt to go and pick that book up, because they're waiting to download onto you some more information. When I say they, this is your spirit team, your higher self, whatever you want to call it. There's information incoming when you open that book. And it doesn't have to be a physical book. It could be reading online, however you choose to do it. But it's opening another part of your brain to remember stuff. Okay, thanks, Spirit. Knight of Swords. Okay, time to take action. This is using your mental capabilities, your voice, your clarity, air element. I could be talking to an air sign here. Your knight is action. All right. I don't want any more of that deck. All right, let's see what's going on in your life right this second. Current energies. Oh, we got two. Tower and the Hermit. Okay, so something's happening right now. You may be bang smack in the middle of processing stuff. There's been a recent Tower moment and you're processing. So something in your foundation has changed. Your foundation was rocked. You're finding your own light and your own answers. So this is congruent with what was in the cup about the inner spark within and your own light, listening to your own voice, but you've had to pull back and retreat to find your own answers. Thank you, Spirit. No one wants to come out. Ten of Swords. Yep, we've finished the cycle. So this foundation was destroyed. I'm hearing it was actually destroyed for a reason, because it was exhausting. Now, the foundation was destroyed so you could rebuild. High Priestess with stronger authority. Right, so this particular High Priestess, card number 2, is extremely tapped into the spiritual realm, but balanced. If I read this as the light and the dark, so very balanced in the energy of so shadow work. Somebody has done some recent shadow work. This hermit mode has allowed you to balance your energies of the masculine and the feminine, and there's a different authority now. This is maybe the laying down of the tail feathers. You don't need to strut your stuff anymore, because you already you know in your heart, you've seen your spark, you've remembered your spark. Something has happened that made you go inside, internally find your own light, stop listening to the other blob monsters, and find your own inner spark. Wow. 5 of Cups. Oh, I want to put that over there. Change was needed. Ace of Wands, thank you. So this is the magic wand of the tarot. This is the magic wand. You've been gifted the magic wand. For me, in this representation in this deck, I read this as you've been handed the wand. New paths opening up. And this is the path of magic. You've got your dragon eggs hatching there. I'm hearing the world is your oyster. You've got you High Priestess, you've been given the wand. But this is not you've been gifted it. You've earned it. You've worked for it. You've done the shadow work to get this. Okay. Right. What's the message? What's the outcome? What do we need to know? What's coming? Okay. We're going to take those. All right, we have Judgment, which is spiritual enlightenment, downloads, I mean, upgrades, downloads. Pay attention to your dreams. Keep manifesting. So, yes, you've had hiccups. Yes, you've had a tower moment. Yeah, I get that. Don't lose focus of what your happy ever after looks like. This is the 10 of Cups. Don't lose sight of whatever it is that your happy ever after looks like. It's there. It's still there. It's actually even clearer. They're telling me it's clearer. Now, whatever it is that you've just released with this tower, whatever it was that took place that rocked your foundation, it was needed so you could build a new foundation. We have the King of Wands, masculine, feminine. This is the King of Magic. You've got the new wand, you've got the Ace of Wands, you've got a new path. You're calling in the King. You are the King. You're embracing that energy of the King. And this is a leader. Masculine, feminine, does not matter. This is the leader of the magic. More than capable of reigning over the realm. Again, often in tarot decks, the King of Wands is, you know, quite a... is usually the peacock strutting his stuff. This one, look how casual he is. Like just sitting back on his throne, got his spiritual protection. Very casual, very, very casual. And this is the peacock, you know, the tail's down now. You know who you are. You're more than capable of taking care of leading and of any realm of the... This is a magical realm for me. So whoever I'm talking to, it's very magical. Do we need one more? No. No. Yeah, all right. Okay. I wasn't going to. I thought I'd finished. Okay, so they're telling me Ace of Wands and the High Priestess and the King of Wands, the 10 of Cups. They're telling me to pay attention to what you're manifesting. Not pay attention. Okay. What's the word you want me to use then? Focus. Focus, not pay attention. Focus. Fine tune. Okay. Right, we really need to stay focused on exactly what we're manifesting, really clear. You're more than capable of doing it. Okay. We have the Lovers. Okay, happily ever after here. You've got the Empress. They're telling me really focus, focus, focus. Now, somebody may be doing the new moon intention manifesting ritual, which is a really good time to do it. Where's my 10 of Cups? There it is. Family, emotions, stability, grounding, happily ever after. More than capable, the nurturer, connected, nurture, nature. You are nature. They're telling me stay focused. We're not attracting any of these 5 of Cups over here. Stay focused. This tower moment was there to clear all of the negative stagnant energy that's maybe followed you in the past. You're more than capable. They're telling me whatever it is you desire, just stay focused. Now, I'm talking to somebody that writes things down, writes a wish list, writes... they're telling me demands. Go easy on that one. They're telling me don't be so rigid that you don't allow for this, the spirit realm to actually bring you something on your wavelength. Yes, you want your list, you want your wish list, but don't be so rigid that they have to bring you another tower moment, they're telling me. Okay. Okay. Wow. Spirit don't usually threaten, but yeah, no, they're very clear on that one. Be clear on what you want, but be flexible. They're telling me be flexible. Go with the flow. Water, emotions, go with the flow. They can bring you more what you want, and if you're aligned with it, if you're aligned with a set list, they can't bring you what is best for you. Make sense? Get out of your own way. And maybe that's what that tower moment was for. Okay. I feel like whoever I'm talking to is manifesting a life partner on the same frequency. Look inside yourself, examine what is causing you to feel this way. So look inside yourself, find your own spark. Now this is representative to me of the Empress energy anyway. Connected to nature. Look inside yourself. Don't necessarily look outside to what the big blob monsters are saying and what the spiritual realm, spiritual, what's the word? What do you call those? Society, spiritual. I can't even think of the word. People that say they're spiritual, but they're actually not. They're operating from ego. They're telling you get aligned with your own inner voice, your own inner spark, your own divine light. And yeah, sure, have some clear boundaries, but make sure you keep open to the flow of what spirit would like to bring you, because you may be trying to conform to guidelines that don't align with your future path. Oh, wow. Okay. You may be operating out of past hurt is what they're telling me, and it's quite rigid just because you've had past hurts. Your box is getting smaller, your wish list is getting quite rigid and very small, and there's very few people that would fit into it. They're asking if you could expand a little bit, not loosen your boundaries, just expand a little bit, let your light show, and they're going to bring you something really, really beautiful. Okay. Thanks, Spirit. What's sticking out to me here is the Tower and the Judgment. Releasing old foundations, new downloads. Okay, thanks, Spirit. Anything else? No, I don't think so. Something about the 14th is very significant. The new moon in Cancer is a flip. They're telling me it's a flip switch for somebody. Something is changing after that. Yeah, don't let past hurts dictate what you're attracting subconsciously. Okay. Thanks, Spirit. Anything else? Oh, wow. You're attracting somebody. Okay. Again, I'm saying they're showing me I just had a quick look in the cup. Apart from the fact that you don't strut your feathers either, who you're attracting does not strut their feathers. So you may overlook something really beautiful and really, really solid and pure of heart. They're telling me pure of heart simply because they're not strutting their stuff. You're so used to this energy where they, they're really quite cocky and they strut their stuff and they've got their tail feathers out shaking and doing their little dance. You're so used to that energy, you may let somebody slip by with this strict and rigid list of yours. You may not notice the diamond in the rough because they're not strutting their stuff and showing their tail feathers like most. They're a little bit more reserved, maybe because they don't need to. Like you don't need to, they're telling me they don't need to either. And you just be careful you don't overlook something really beautiful because they're not strutting like you're used to. Wow. Okay, cool. Thank you, Spirit. That was quite specific for somebody. Okay, are we finished, Spirit? Oh, write your list by all means. Okay, closing this portal. Thanking our Spirit team. Stay safe. Stay sane. Stay flexible. Much love.